We'll have some chapters set up in here so you can skip ahead. Just to let you know that you need to stick around to the end of the video, because that's where it'll be a 3 to 4 week later review on each of the knives, the results of the refund with Allie on the damages to the Benchmade bearing liners on this one right here, and an update on the Ultim kit. Comparison here. Tell you what I like and don't like, which, I mean, pretty much like everything. And then I'm going to tag on after this. So this is the last one, and I don't know what style. That's just a regular Benchmade. This is kind of made like a bug out, so maybe this is a bug out style with titanium handles. It's awesome bearings in it. And then this is the the 940 with titanium handles with nice milling. Then we've got the Ultim, which I have to really flick them, because this right here, and I put the deal, I need to put the pocket clip over here, and I need to move this around to the other side, but I'll do that one because I'm going to put bearings in here. I think this needs to have bearings in it. So it is a Ultim handle with a 940 style blade. And so the pocket clip is that none of these pocket clips are bad. They're not very obtrusive to you. I mean, I don't really feel anything negative as far as pocket clip, even though it doesn't sweep back down. It sticks up. Back here, I can barely feel that jimping. That jimping I can feel, but it's the Ultim handles come out along as far as it does, and so it's not a whole lot of grip. Now my old gnarly fingers, once I push them down in there, I've got a pretty solid grip on it. And then down here you've got some jimping, and it is the exact same thing. So I mean, this I like it. We'll see how well it holds up. What I don't like about it is it's got Fossil-Bronze washers, which I'm going to change out to bearings. And the pocket clip is screwed into the Ultim itself. I would have preferred to have some type of a metal stud for this to screw into, because this is going to take, and that is a very heavy pocket clip. That is a super heavy. And I would just feel like it would tend to strip that plastic out. I don't know how strong Ultim is, but that is, in my opinion, a negative. And then, of course, screwing in the back spacer is done through the handles again. And then you end up with an opened end on one side. So these are the way I want. I need to move this over here. I need to turn this around to put the flat end over here and make this the show side, put bearings in here, and that's my upgrades. But I wouldn't carry this one because I would be afraid that that pocket clip would strip out in these handles. And at, I'm just very iffy about it. So that's my only real negative about this, is the pocket clip screwing into the handles. I'm not really worried so much about this. I don't think there's a whole lot of stress there, and I wouldn't put a lot of stress on a knife like this anyway. Very strong material, so I'm not really that worried about that. Now, this one, it's of course got bearings, and it's kind of the same difference. You got some heavy jimping down here, which looks nice, but serves no real purpose. This is all metal. It's all in metal. This is a very strong, sturdy pocket clip. It's the same thing, just as heavy duty as the other one, but it is kind of stone washed. This is a bright, like plated type, and it is very smooth. So that clip was finished quite well before it was plated. And here, everything fits in well. This one went together very, very well. It's a very short liner that's in here. Wait, no. This one's a long one. You have a long liner in here. And this one right here, uh, I think this one is the full 940 profile handle, blade, and all. So I have no negatives here. You have the same jimping under here, but this seems to be, and up here, seems to be more productive than on the Ultim handle one. Uh, but I don't have a problem with the Ultim handles. I really don't. This is very nice. That is slightly proud. After a few usage, we'll see how, if it goes deeper or what. I don't know if it needs some wear in or if it's supposed to be like that. This one over here is a little different. We'll talk about that in a second. So I really like this knife. I definitely like this knife. This one I think was the cheapest, I believe, with the Ultim handles, and then this one was the more expensive ones. Like I said, altogether these were like $186.
Here's what I found.
You know what? That little dot over there listens to you. I promise you. So anyway, the texture is not overbearing, but at the same time, it is grippy. I like that. Uh, so I really like this. I think it is. I've got some brass clones that I think are pretty cool. Being seeing that these are 14C28N on these blade steels, I'm kind of thinking those clones were probably made with the same steel instead of D2, either D2 or this 1428N. So anyway, and then I don't know, maybe that's a super expensive steel and that's all bogus and maybe it's not real. I don't know. Comment below and tell me. So I really don't have negatives about this one. It's got the bearings, it's got everything. It's got all positives. So I really like this knife. I think it is a cool one, and I may end up carrying it some. Uh, so no negatives. And here we have the Benchmade clone. There's a little bit of discoloration on the blade. Now the blades, that doesn't even, there's no, the edges aren't rolled. No burrs. But they're not sharp. I literally run my finger down the blade, not with any pressure, but these are not sharp, so they'll have to be sharpened. So this one is the Benchmade Pro. I mean the bug out profile. No jimping up here. They have jimping back here. All the blades have a small amount of a sharpening choil there, very small there. Pretty decent one on this bug out clone. Um, I still need to do some adjustment on this one. It's not falling all the way. It's visible. Um, that is hiding that screw. I forgot that is a sign of a fake. I don't know if that butterfly is supposed to be on there, but this, the design, the lines, it all looks good. It's very nice. This kind of blends into a flat profile and comes out. And then you got some of that same grip that you have, down here on this one. The blade runs fine. Uh, Now that the lockup is a little sticky, but I think I need to tighten this inner liner up. So there's some potential issues there. Now this one, I believe it was this one, had issues with the bearings. The liner on the inside showed some wear. So I don't know. I'm not really crazy about that. Now it seems to be closing. It just needs to be broken in. No wiggle, lock up, maybe a hair up and down if I try. Left and right, up and down, nothing. Left and right, up and down, nothing. Uh, so there's a little bit of stick releasing it whenever I flip it out, but I think that'll wear out. I don't think there's an issue. It's already closing easy and smooth. I've got to come through here and put Loctite on the screws, but that's once I get everything tuned in. Not even trying, the blade's perfectly centered. Now this one is just barely that away, but not enough to make me want to try to fix it. And then this one doesn't close very well. And this one, the blade is over there, definitely that away. But we're going to put bearings in here, and so that'll all need to be readjusted anyway. So, again, there's a little machining issue inside here, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm not really going to worry about it that much. But I really like the knives. I definitely recommend them. I definitely make sure you take this liner inside here apart to look to make sure there's no scoring from the bearings or no damage. But they are nice. And same way with the Ultim handles. That one's nice. And the only issue I have is with this one. Phosphor bronze washers, I'd rather have bearings. And here, because it's got a liner, why not? And here, your pocket clip is screwed into the Ultim. Now, you're also pulling your scales together back here with the Ultim, but I'm not worried about it because, here is holding the whole thing together with a long screw through the Ultim. And I went ahead and put the other long screw back over here. So I'm not, be honest with you, probably this long screw probably should go here. I think that's probably what it should be, in all honesty. Because that's almost to the other side. On there I'm working on. So anyway, so that's all I've got for right now. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It's not all I got. I'll be right back. I will. I'll be right back with everything finished, and we'll have some closing thoughts. Okay, first off, this is the titanium 940 kit that we put together. This one has been no issues, still working great. Everything's wonderful. No problems. It's smooth. It still drops closed. Everything's good. I've got no issues with this kit here. This kit here, as you know, we had scarring and damage to the liners where the bearings fit into the recesses. And so I filed with AliExpress and the seller, and AliExpress ruled in my favor and said to return it, and gave me a free return shipping envelope label. And I mean, I just want replacement liners because I want to keep the knife. I want to keep the kit. I just wanted replacement liners. And so I contacted the seller directly. And this time, being as I'd already been issued a return label and a promised full refund, I just told them, say, look, just send me replacement liners. I'll keep the knife and we're good. I'll cancel the return and refund. And so they come back and said, well, can we just offer you $10? And I'm like, no, offer me, give me a refund of $15, and that should be enough to buy one of these cheap 940 Benchmade knives and just take the liners out of it. I just got to find one with bearings, and I'm sure $15 should be able to cover that. And so they did, and I canceled the return, and that's the only issue. Now, this knife doesn't seem to be overly affected by the damage in there. It did feel a little gritty at first, and it's actually, it's worn in. It's smoothed in. Now, I'm going to need to take this apart again and actually take a look and see if the damage has progressed any further. But it tells me that these liners are not properly hardened, I would assume. And so, anyway, I mean, the knife is never going to get a huge amount of use out of it to be an issue. But still, in all, I'll do something. I may take one of the other ones if I can't find a good set. This kit right here, I think was like $68 shipped to me. $15 off of it is still $50 something. And it's a good set of titanium liners. I still have to assume that these are titanium. I really believe that they are, because they're too heavy for aluminum and too light for steel, and they're not magnetic. Okay, so that covers these two right here. Now the sleeper in the bunch. I was iffy at first with the Ultim knife, and I was real iffy about having to put screws through the actual liner itself. Through the scales themselves, and I didn't like the bushings, just having washers in there instead of having bearings, and I was going to put bearings. But regardless, I hadn't done anything, and what I actually just ended up doing was working the knife a lot to break it in, and it was getting smoother and smoother and smoother, and so I was liking it more, so I was like, man, I'm just going to leave it like this. Well, that is until this come about. As you can see, the whole end, like I was afraid would happen, has broken loose. These screws weakened this scale, and it's basically crunched. It's a loosey goosey now, and you can see a crack forming here. Moving down, you can see cracks forming here. You can see cracks forming here. You can see cracks splintering off here. Just about everywhere. These scales, I do not recommend this kit. I do not even remotely recommend this kit because of these scales. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to bother messing with him. I'm just going to leave that horse alone. I'm not going to beat him no more. But I'm going to take this scale right here that's still fully intact, and I'm going to put it on a piece of aluminum and trace it out. And I am going to re-drill all this, see if I can't manage to repocket all this inside here. I've got a milling machine. I've got all the equipment to do it. So why not? And so that is what I'm going to do. And we're just going to see how that ends up. Good, bad, or ugly. Or I may just see about buying a cheap set of scales, or seeing if, I don't think I have any 940s that are the cheapo 940s. I may just wind up seeing about buying a old cheapo 940 and putting those scales on it, because I'm going to do a video about reinforcing the 535 style Benchmade with those weak scales. But anyway, this one right here I don't recommend. These two I recommend, but be careful to check your liners to make sure that there's no damage to those liners. So anyway, that wraps this series up. I hope you stuck around to this point and you get to see this this section here. So anyway, I appreciate you sticking around. I appreciate you being here. And I would ask, if you like this content, that you would like and subscribe. If not, like and subscribe anyway, or at least subscribe, because you're going to see something on this channel that you like. It's all about everything. I'll see you on the next one. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.